Hey everyone, this is Aviator with Aviator Games, and I'm bringing you another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to replicate a game that I made through a tutorial from Udemy. Was teaching me how to code through with C# for Unity. It was the game's called Number Wizard. Let me show you that here. So this is the Microsoft Visual Studios, and this is pretty much what the code looks like. Then you can actually play this in Unity. And so, like I said, I thought it would be pretty cool to replicate this with Gdevelop. And also, like I said, I've been real busy with the release of my first game, which is right here. It's called Space Blitz. Do a little illustration real quick, but this game right here was originally built on Gdevelop. I didn't complete it, but I started on Gdevelop. It I got the idea from the tutorial, the tank tutorial, and then just kind of went from there. You can actually download it from either my website right here, which is only $1 if you buy it directly from here. But if you just want to try it out, you can actually go right here to itch.io and put in Space Blitz. You can download for free, or you can donate, and that will go directly to me. But like I said, it's absolutely free, and it's my first game. I think it's pretty cool, for my first game. But anyway, back to Gdevelop. So, like I said, we're gonna be making a game called Number Wizard. If you're taking that class on Udemy that teach you how to code in C#, you're probably familiar with this. But if not, this is actually gonna be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump in. So let's go ahead and create. Oh, let's close this real quick. Create a new project. Okay, make sure it's going to be saved. Documents, repos, Gdevelop, and Number Wizard, and create an empty game. All right, so let's go ahead and set it up. So first thing, let's go ahead and add a layer. Well, actually, no, let's make a scene. Rename this. Rename this the game, and open it up. Then we're going to create a new layer called GUI or GUI. I'm going to close that. All right, let's go ahead and go to global variables. We're going to create a few variables here. Oh, wrong one. Delete that. 3, 4. The first one is going to be called min. Second one, max. Third one, guess. Fourth one, text. Apply that. All right, let's right click on the scene properties and change the background color. Let's change it to black. Press OK. Zoom out a little bit. All right, and now we want to create two text objects. First one, I'm going to name it main text. Set the size to 40, color to yellow, and let's just let's say text or placeholder text. There's a temporary thing right there. Actually, let's go ahead and copy that. And let's make another text object. This one's going to be called guess. Yeah, guess text. And this one, same, 40. And let's make this green. place, oops, holder text. Okay, now let's place these in the room. So you click on the text and then click in the room. Place this right here, drag this out, click on that one, and place this right here. Alright, let's press play. Okay, cool. You know what I forgot to do? Let's put this on the GUI. Actually, we really don't have to do that. But I like keep things the same. Always put stuff like this on a different layer. Okay, so now let's create our first event. So we're going to add a condition. Oops. Okay, at the beginning of the scene, the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and hide that text object, the guest object, text object that is. Okay, so we go to text object. Oops, I'm sorry, wrong one. We go to the common action for all, visibility. We want to hide, and we want to hide the guest text. Had a brain fart there for a second. After that, let's add another action. Now let's go ahead and initialize our variables. So we go to the variables, global variables, value of a global variable. So let's start with the min. It's going to equal 1. And then add another one. Global variables, value max equals 1000. So basically what's going on here is, like I said, we're making a game called Number Wizard, where the computer is going to try to guess your number. And then it's going to ask, is your number higher or lower than this number? And so it's going to tell you in the beginning that you can pick a number between 1 and 1000. That's the min and the max. So that's what these are for. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do one more. We're going to do actually two more, but the global variable. Let's do the guess equals. Okay, so now this one, we're going to set this value to we want it to randomly choose a number between the 1 and 1000. So to do that with this, we go into the expression. We want to find random, and then we want to find random integer in range, and it's going to ask you for two values, a minimum and a maximum. And so we go back over here to the expression button for the minimum, go to variables, global variables, name of the variable, the minimum, and press done. And then same thing for the maximum. Go back to variables, max. Okay, so like I said, this variable is going to be equal to, or we want it to set itself to or I'm sorry, pick a number between, like I said, 1 and 1000. That's the min and that's the max, and then that's what it's going to set that value to. Okay, now we want one more global variable text, set that to 0. And I mean, you can set that to wherever you want, but I'm just trying to keep it simple. So basically what this is right here, what this is going to do, we're going to ask, or we're going to ask, okay, if this variable text equals 0, it's going to set this text to a certain string that we're going to write, and then if it equals 1, it's going to change again. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Add a new event. So let's ask that condition. If global variable text equals 0, then we do this. All right, so let's add that action. And this is going to be the starting text. So now we want to modify the text object. Modify the text. We want the main text. We want it to equal, we're going to put a string, so you need your quotes. So let's type welcome. Oh, yep, that was right. Welcome to Number Wizard. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add a little bit more to this. Choose a number. Oh, let's do something else. Okay. Pick a number in your head without telling me. Okay, let's leave it like that for now and go ahead and run the program. And yep, and there we go. And so it works, but as you can see, there's a problem. It's off to the screen. It's off the screen, so let's go ahead and fix that. So we click back on here. So let's do this. So we're gonna make two separate lines. So we need to have a separate quote right here, and then one right here. And to make this a different line, we need to do this. Add a plus, actually add two pluses, and click right in between it. Oops, there we go. Go to the expression button, manipulation of text, and you want to add or insert a new line. Then hit done. And actually, let's go ahead and hit enter right here. Tidy it up. Now let's go ahead and check that out. Boom, there you go. So now you have two separate lines. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go ahead and copy this. Put it right there for right now. Copy. Yeah. Do it like this. New line. Okay. 2, 3. Let's check this out real quick. Make sure there's 4 lines. There we go, 4 lines. All right, let's go ahead and modify these strings. Okay, so we have pick a number in your head without telling me. The highest number you can pick is, get rid of that period, space, we want to go plus, go back to expressions. I mean, we can hard code this and just put 1000, but there's that better way, where we can modify that variable. Because let's say that you don't want the 1000, you want like 100. You just go to that variable and change it there. So let's go to the expressions button and go to variables, global variables, max. Okay, we got that one. Should have just copied this one. Yeah, let's do this from right here to here. And paste. So let's change this to the lowest. The lowest number you can pick is, and change this one to min. And press OK, and let's go ahead and check it out. There we go. The highest number you can pick is 1000. The lowest number you can pick is 1. And so we used our variables. So like say if you ever want to just change that, you just go to the variable and change it instead of just hard coding this in. Okay, let's double check. And one more line. So let's go ahead and copy this one. Now just do this. I guess we just type it in. New line. Make sure that creates a space. Oh, we can't see it right now. And let's go ahead and just copy this. Trying to make things quicker here. Get rid of this. I'm not the fastest typer, so this is actually going to be faster for me. Press space to begin. Oops. Alright, let's go ahead and check that out. It should be a space in between. Okay, cool. So we got that first part. Alright, now let's go ahead and create a group. Click right here. We want to add a group. Let's call this input. Click right there and add 3 new empty events. Actually, no, that's wrong. We want sub events. So we go right here. Oh, didn't click right. One, two, and 3. Okay, and actually, let's go back. We want to add a sub event under here too. There you go. So this one, keyboard press. Let's do spacebar. Okay, got that one. We'll do the action in a second. This one, you want the up. You want to set that for the up arrow. Key press up. This one, we want it down. Okay, cool. And this one right here, keyboard, key press, we want enter key, which is actually return. And let me see. We want to add another condition to these two. We want trigger only once while true. Again for that one. Like I said, we're gonna be trying to replicate this game. So I had to find ways to be able to make it work for for Gdevelop. But for some reason it works a little bit differently. So there's going to be some differences. But I got it to work. Okay, so we got those two. All right, let's jump back up here. The space key is pressed. So now we're going to say, okay, if global text equals 0, it's going to do all this. And then the last line says press space to begin. So now we want to begin. Now we want to change this variable, this text variable. So when we hit the space bar, let's go ahead and modify that text. So go to text object and then modify the text. We want to modify the main text. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. Nope. We want to actually not modify the text. We want to modify the global variable. I'm sorry. We want to go to global variable, value of a variable. We want to modify that to you want to set that value to 1. Okay. And then we also at the same time we want to add one more action. We want to show that guest text object. So we go to common action for all objects, visibility, show. We want to show that guest text. Okay. And let me see. We want to add one more condition I forgot to do. There's no biggie. All right. So we want to do the same thing as we're doing here or similar. Add a condition. You want to check that variable. So we go to global variable, text. If it equals 1, let's change this text. So now we go to text object, modify the text. We want to modify the main text equal, remember the string. Okay, so now it's going to ask, is your number higher or lower than 3 dots? Press OK. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. So we press space. I didn't do it. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, I see what I did. I forgot to change this. Okay, because remember, I went down here and I was trying to modify that text, but that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to change the value of the text variable. So that's what the problem is. So we set the text variable to 1. Now that should work. Press space, and there you go. So as you can see, it changed that main text to our new string, and then it's showing our guest text. All right, so we're doing good so far. Now let's change that text. Oh, yeah, this is the wrong one too. Oh no, no, that was right. That was right. That was right. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add another condition or another event. We don't need a condition, so let's just go to action, and then let's go modify a text object. Guess. We're going to set this to go back here to our expression button. We want variable, global variable, and guess. We want to set that to whatever is in there. Okay, so let's double check. Press space. There we go. So the computer is guessing that number randomly. It's picking a number between 1 and 1000. Okay, so far so good. Got that one. All right, so let's go ahead and set up the first input. So when the up key is pressed, the computer we're pretty much telling the computer that our number is higher than this. So let's say our number is 900. Computer is asked is our is your number higher or lower than 801? So we would hit the up arrow, and now we have to set our minimum from 1 to this 801, and then and vice versa for the down arrow. So let's say this is higher than our number. Let's say our number is 500. We would set this to the max number. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we want to go to variable, global variable, value of a global variable, minimum equals, go back over here, go to variables, global variables, and set that to guess. Okay, do the same thing for this one. Variable global max equals, go to variable, oops, wrong one, guess. Okay, so we got that first part of that one done, and then we need another action, but we're going to come up here and copy this code, because now we want it to guess, we want it to guess the new value of the minimum or max. So we go add action, and where's, oh, global variable, guess equals, let me paste, do the same thing for the down key, variable global, value of a variable, guess equals, paste, and let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, let's say our number, let's choose 1. So we press down, 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 and there it is, 1. If we press up, we can't, we can't go higher because we're already at the lowest value. So let's go ahead and do it again. All right. So let's say our number is 500. So is your number higher or lower than 712? It's lower. So press it down. It's still lower. 54. Nope, it's higher than that. Nope, it's still higher than that. 549. It's lower than that. Lower than that. It's higher than that. Higher, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower. It's getting there. And boom, there it is. So now let's take care of this next one, which would be the return key. All right, so what we want to do now is, okay, so if it gets correct, we want it to say I win. But first, let's change the value of text. So let's go to variable, global variable, text equals. So right now it's at 1. So you can either do equals 2, or you can add 1, but I'm gonna keep it simple. So equals 2. So when we press the space key, I'm sorry, the enter, it's gonna first set this to set this text variable to 2, and so let's now go ahead and handle the string for that one. So add a new event. Let's put this over here. Okay, so variable, if global variable text equals 2, modify the text object, main text. That equals, do another string, I win. Then let's say press space to play again. Okay, so now, like I said, let's go ahead and go through this again. The computer guessed our number. We hit enter for correct, and then it changes this variable to 2, which then we come up here and it says if this equals 2, it's going to display this. So let's go ahead and make sure this is working. Press space. Oh, he guessed it. 767. Hit enter. I win. Press space. Play again. So let's set that last thing up. So we come back over here. We're going to do the same thing as we did right here. We're going to do a sub event. Click right here. Sub event. Keyboard. Key press. Space. So if the global text equals 2 and then it comes down here to this box. It's going to then look for to check to see if we are pressing the space key. Now we want to add another action. Scene. If I believe this is correct. Yeah, change the scene. So I haven't found a scene reset. I've used this pause and start a new scene, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try this one for now. So we're gonna switch the scene to game. So let's see what that does. Press play. You guessed it. Enter. I win. Press space to play again. There you go. And like I said, it's there are some errors that I found. I don't know quite why it's doing it, but it's not doing it in Unity or C Sharp. But like I said, it's different engine and it's calculating, I guess, differently, whatever. But for the most part, this is the game. Um, the error that one of the errors I was talking about. Let's say you say your number's 1,000. You press up, up, and right now it's at 9999 or 999. I already pressed the up key again. This is actually, I'm sorry, that's my third time pressing, but it took me 3 presses to get to 1,000 from 999. So let's do that again. Enter. Yep, okay, press. Okay, so let's go up, 9993, 995, 9. Okay, 999. So I press it again. Oh, actually didn't do it this time. So that's kind of weird. But when I was messing with it before, it made me press the up key like 3 times, and same thing for 1. But other than that, you have that that functioning game. So if this is your first game with Gdevelop, then you just created your first game. So hopefully you like this tutorial, and you can expand off of this. If you like the video, hit that like button. Check out my game. I went ahead and put 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 the address at the bottom in the info section. So uh, the next tutorial, still thinking about what I want to do. I am working on the RPG tutorial still. That's taking a while, uh, but it is coming. I've seen the comments. I'm going to make other ones when I have the time. So until then, thank you very much.